Yeah, a couple of thoughts. Obviously, watching the tape and digesting that yesterday. Just starting offensively, we got to find a way to be more productive in the passing game. And I think a lot of things contributed to that off of the tape. Protection at times against a good D line. Give those guys credit. I think the same way in the secondary. Contested balls, the guys weren't running wide open that often. When we did have a couple of open opportunities, we missed them. Protection was fine, and we had some misses there. And so at the end of the day, to be able to have this balanced offense we want, we've got to get some more production out of the passing game. And it's a different game. I mean, we threw for 300 yards in week one, but that wasn't the performance we were looking for there in week two against a good football team. Defensively, we're never pleased to give up that amount of rushing yards. I do feel like the defense kept us in this game. You look at some of the situations they were put in with a turnover, short field, gives up a score. We got a punt return, gets down to the 15. We give up a score there. I thought we settled in, made some adjustments at halftime, and they played football. They only gave up 3 points in the second half. Again, I go back to it. They kept us in the game. There were some positives on the special teams end, with a couple of returns by Champ on kickoff that I think we made a nice step there week one to week two in our return game. Still, the punt coverage showed up and talked about it already. Got creased, lost leverage, and then a big return game down to the 15. And so just like any week, there's stuff to clean up. I still think we can be a quality team running the football. Showed up in week two as well. And then again, situational defense, it's about scoring points, and they gave up the 27, and some of that's off of a turnover. So, I think we did improve from week one to week two, but we're not nearly where we want to be. And we're going to need to improve this week, headed into a tough challenge against what I think is one of the better teams in this league in Cal. As well coached as anybody in this league. Got a lot of returners coming back. Defensively, been really good for years now, and plan on seeing that same kind of challenge. And so our guys we got our work cut out for us with Cal coming in here on Saturday. Go ahead,
Jonathan. When you looked at the video on yesterday, I mean, how many times did you go back and look at that third and fourth down call down there near the goal line?
Yeah,
did you have a conversation with the Pac-12 anytime this weekend?
I have not. Appreciate our athletic director. He has. At the same time, we look at every play on the tape, and especially critical plays. We'll rewind it a couple of times, and short yardage are critical plays. But it's like I told our team, got to find a way to get a first down there and not make it close. And there was a lot of football left in that game. We had opportunities with the ball to take the lead later in the game.
Scott Barnes had said in a statement today that he was surprised and disappointed after seeing the Pac-12's review findings and the statement that they put out. I guess just what is your input of their review findings?
Right. Scott had a conversation immediately after the game. And it was it's a critical play, but it's like I told our team yesterday, there was multiple times in this game that we can make a difference. And I've been coaching 20 plus years, and I don't think there's been one game that I felt like every single call was correct and went our way. We're always going to deal with disagreements, and it is what it is.
You sound like, from your standpoint, you didn't like the call, but you really need to move on from it.
Without question. I mean, we got no other choice, like I talked about Cal coming in here. There's nothing that's going to change the outcome. And we talked about it yesterday as a team, and our guys have been the same way. I mean, all three phases talked about ways they could have done things better to change the outcome.
Coach, as you do look to move on, as you said, is it safe to say that getting Tristan back in line and getting the passing game going is probably the biggest issue right now?
Yeah, well, off of that game, yeah, we gotta find more balance, and the more we're having success running the ball, people are going to force us to be able to execute in the passing game, and I'm fully confident we can. Like I said, I think we got a group of receivers that can make some plays, getting some production out of Luke Musgrave in the pass game at the tight end position. Jamar's had some catches, so we're fully capable, and Tristan is too. It's typical. Everything always comes to the quarterback at a higher level in regards to critique. but we're fully confident that Tristan will be ready to roll Saturday.
What about his makeup gives you confidence that he can kind of persevere through the challenges of something like this?
Yeah, the guy's competitive, and it means a bunch to him. He's back to work. He understands football's not a game of perfect. It's not going to be perfect. I think he relishes the opportunity to get back in the ring and keep swinging.
Were those two plays where he got loose with the ball, lost the ball, were they on him, or did they make great plays on that?
No, they awesome job at putting a hand in and stripping. I mean, his eyes are down the field. He's got two hands on it, just like we're coaching him to do. We don't want the guy in the pocket super squeezing the ball. You got to play relaxed so you can be accurate with it, and that's going to happen when you're dropping back to pass sometimes.
So in those two cases, you didn't feel like he was sloppy with the ball, or
No.
They were
No.
okay. Might as well get this out of the way. Is Tristan your quarterback for this week? Is he definitely the starter?
Yep, he is.
Okay.
Coach, this is Gary Smith from the Florida Times Union in Jacksonville. I cover the Jaguars. I wonder if I know you got a job to do there, but I wonder if you had a chance to watch any of plays from Jake's 2 games starting for the Jaguars in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I have, especially his first week when he scrambled and had a spin move for a touchdown. I was wondering where that was. I never saw that at Oregon State. Just proud of that guy. He's worked really hard. I think he deserves the opportunities he's coming with now. And we've been cheering him on from Corvallis.
And the last 2 games, his first 2 games, he didn't have a preseason in the traditional sense. No exhibition games, no OTAs, no mini camps. In his first 2 games, he's had the ball in his hands with 2 minutes to go with a chance to tie or win in both games. So regardless of whatever stats he has put up, does he have that kind of presence of mind, that kind of leadership to be in those positions?
I think he does. He showed up for us, man. I think about some of the 2-minute drives he had at the end of halves into the game. He's got that makeup, and he will always only continue to improve. You talk about it, minimal amount leading into his first 2 starts. I think he'll just only get better and better because he approaches the game so well.
Thank you, Coach.
You mentioned the slow starts. Do you guys script plays to start games?
We do. Yep, we do.
How do you know how many plays you script or?
Yeah, it varies on times. I mean, shoot, it's around 12. Sometimes it could be a little bit more, a little bit less. Again, oftentimes you're trying to set things up for later in the game or get a look on how they're covering down. And I don't see that as a glaring problem in regards to what plays we're running. We got to execute them at a higher level. And again, we're working off 2 games that, you go back to last year, we were doing the same approach in regards to game planning. And I think we were lights out starting games last year.
Can you pinpoint any reasons as to why the starts are slow? I know this week you got a holding penalty right away, so that didn't help. But
yeah, that get behind the sticks has not helped. And again, it's an 11-man football. We got to catch a ball, we got to target correctly, we got to finish a block. We can't be getting behind the sticks, getting into 3rd and long. You're not going to stay on the field very long if you're getting into 3rd and 12 and 10.
Coach, did you get up early Sunday? I know you got home early Sunday and watched that Sunday morning Pac-12 game with Cal real time, or did you wait? And what do you think of what you saw from Cal?
Yeah, I did watch it real time, about the first half, and then I got myself into the office, watched the rest, and obviously now we've been digesting the full 22 copy, looking at a lot of last year's tape too. I will say, I think that situation, both those teams, it's not easy, right? To find out whatever it was Friday at noon, have 48 hours to get ready for a game. That's tough on both outfits. And I think it's even tougher on the road team. You think about finding out at noon on Friday, but then you're getting on an airplane the next day, and there's more time now in the protocols and procedures of traveling, and then kicking off at 9 a.m. I mean, that's tough.
Now, how about your schedule this week, Coach? You've had 2 late games. Now you've got the 12:30 kick. How does that adjust for your schedule this week? What's it going to be like?
Yeah, similar leading up to that. I mean, we practice in the morning, so we don't see that being a major factor on Saturday. We're looking forward to getting another opportunity to play. Great, it's at 12:30. We'd have been fired up to play at 8 again. So not huge difference in our schedule.
Getting back to Tristan, Coach, you've obviously been in his shoes before, having to overcome a performance like that. Can you paint the picture of what it's like behind the scenes? How does he go about, flipping the page of that, moving forward, the film, and so on and so forth?
Yeah, we digest the film every Sunday. I mean, even if we, we win, we play great, we don't, there's always things to improve on. There's emphasis made on, well, this was really good. Let's continue that habit. Look, he's what really supported on this team. Everyone on that offense feel like they could have done some things to help him out and for us to score more points. So it's been a group effort from day one around here, and that's not changing.
You mentioned special teams earlier. There's a Trevon Bradford is block on the touchdown where Grant scored. That clip is making its rounds on social media about how far he ran from where he was down the field to make that. Is that something only a veteran player could see? Because I don't imagine that comes to mind when you're out there catching a punt to go 80 yards down the field and make a block like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing with great effort. You talk about a team player, giving his utmost effort. He's a savvy, smart guy. He's hauling out. He's going forward. And then he recognizes the punter did get the ball, but then we block the punt, and he changes speed again. And to get down there, makes really two huge blocks and travels about 90 yards. I mean, it was an awesome effort play on his part.
Hey, Coach, what did you guys come out injury-wise? I mean, I heard Mikey Alfieri might be out for a while, but anybody else sustain any big?
Definitely some bumps and bruises. It was a physical game. Nothing long-term, like you mentioned, Mikey, with his hand. And I think currently that's it.
What about Gums? Is he
getting closer? But I'll get the report later today to kind of see if he can get some reps in practice, but I would still consider him doubtful.
You've got the four guys that are out right now with the COVID protocol. Are they eligible to come back as early as Thursday? That's 10 days, or do you know have any more update?
We are not expecting them to have them this weekend.
Do not expect.
Do not.
Okay.
Jonathan, haven't seen Tavis Shippen in the first two games. Has he been available to you guys?
He has been. He's just working to get himself in shape and get into the rotation. I do think he's actually really improved over the last couple of weeks, and so he continues to work. He might find himself in the rotation.
What did you see from Hamaka on Saturday? He's statistically he's had a few tackles, but I mean, doesn't seem to have impact on the game like he had last year. Are they just totally trying to take him out, or?
Well, when they drop back to pass, you can tell both games there was an emphasis on knowing where he's at schematically. I do think this last game there was less opportunities to get in the backfield and get a sack, just the amount of rushing attempts compared to the passing attempts. So, not down on the guy. The guy's playing with some great effort, but he continues to work this way. His opportunities will go up.
Trayshawn Harrison made some comment on Twitter about it appeared like he might be possibly eligible December 5th. Is there anything to that, or was that
our understanding of the rule is that as a transfer he had to sit for one academic year. The fall term ends at that time, and curious to 2020 we're actually playing games past that date, so there's an opportunity there for him and Trey Lowe.
So he would be eligible for the December 5th game.
I don't want to say the exact dates because I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I do believe there was a game or two that he could find himself eligible.
Did you get a final decision on Trey Lowe, Coach?
Yeah, same way. He was not until after this fall term.
Is Trey Lowe available? I had heard he may be having some knee operation.
Yeah, he's been dealing with that. He's closer to being a full go. He has not contributed in practice quite yet, but he's moving around and running. And so by the time we get to early December, we feel like he'll be ready to roll.
Are you able to say if Jordan Whitley's out for the year?
It's not optimistic that he will be back at any time. But I'm not shutting that door yet.
Coach, what's your message to Tristan right now?
We got confidence in him, just like I'm asking every guy to dive in and work to improve. That's a message. He's been our starting quarterback that has done some really good things, and he's definitely got some things to clean up. We're here to support him, and I'm counting on him to play well, just like this offense playing well on Saturday.